Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 2v2 video. I am your host Tomarch, and today's matchup is unlike anything you've seen here before. Each team consists of different race combinations, but to keep things fair, those races will match their opponent. Before we get too far, let's check in and meet our competitors. First up for the South team representing the teal colors, we have the Terran Hook. And there's his purple teammate, the Zerg player Mr. Sam. Good luck team, let's head north and check out their opponents. First up for the North team, representing the red colors, is Jadaro. And last but not least, his teammate in blue, the Terran player, Pitfall. And good luck to them as well as we get underway here in our mirror game matchup. Here we see blue crossing midfield with his SEV. He's looking to scout his opponents and gain vital early game information. Now it looks like purple's doing the exact same thing. He's sending his drone up to blue and red's base. That scouting report's going to pay off for him. Looks like he spots that spawning pool. Now red and blue are both going to know that Zerglings will play a factor in this early game. And checking in up north, looks like we're seeing more scouting done by purple, but with that second barracks going down, he will be trapped inside. And check this out, looks like blue's taking over a Vespin Geyser from purple. This appears to be early game harassment designed to throw the other player off his game. And blue takes another Vespin Geyser, making it impossible for purple to do any sort of Vespin mining at all. So purple is able to take out that SCV, but I think blue accomplished what he wanted to here. He gets a cancel in time, and that Marine's going to target down the other one, but this is going to take quite a while. And the second barracks is finishing up for blue. He's got a couple Marines. He's looking to take out that drone that got stuck inside earlier, but... oh, look at here. We have purple doing the exact same thing that blue did to him. A little revenge here. The Marines on both sides will easily take these two buildings down, but it's interesting to see this unorthodox play from both sides in that they're both trying to get in each other's way and slow down the resources. You don't see this too often. Adds a little fun and excitement to what would otherwise be a very defensive game. And now blue wants to expand out early. He's building a command center up here. Now, expanding this early in the game does bring a little bit of risk with it. You have to sacrifice your army in order to fund that sort of thing, but it looks like it's not going to be a problem as Teal's doing the exact same thing. There's his expansion flying over. Looking over at purple, we see he's going for an army build. He's got quite a few Zerglings to use. He can pressure that other base pretty well, although if he wants to get in, he's going to have to get him with their supply depot down because he's going to take quite a few losses otherwise. And down goes Teal's expansion, but let's go up and take a look at red and see what he's up to. Looks like he's got some roaches coming out here. How many does he have? Looks like 4. These particular units are fun to watch in battle because they spit green acid on their enemies. And blue's going to step outside with those Marines. It looks like he wants to establish a foothold for the next expansion. And looking over at Teal, we see 4 established barracks and a factory. He's going to go a heavy infantry army with some support from those mech units. And an interesting move up north. It looks like blue wants to put his expansion just to the south of their original base. Now that's going to be hard to defend in that you have to walk all the way through the middle and around the side to get back to it. In the meantime, both expansions for red and purple go down, so all players working on their first expansion and trying to fuel their economy as quickly as they can. So this is shaping up to be quite an interesting match indeed. With both teams having similar playstyles, it's all going to come down to skill, positioning, and a little bit of luck. So purple continues to add to his Zergling army of his. Meanwhile, red is moving through the middle with his Zerglings to do a little bit of scouting, and he might find this queen. She's all alone and off creep. That means she moves much slower. He's going to get a couple SCVs here, but yeah, he found her and he's taking it to her, but she gets on the creep and totally takes him out. And if I saw that right, it appears she celebrated that victory a little bit as well. And here we see quite the army, Marines, Marauders, and Roaches. Meanwhile, down here we have Marines and Marauders. I'm not entirely sure where the Zerglings went for purple. They're still in his base, so he can move those out at a moment's notice. Now this is all building up to some sort of confrontation that's going to come sooner or later. Just a question of when now. I guess it's what you'd call the calm before the storm. And there's a scan by Teal. He's checking out blue's base. And we see purple moving in now. It looks like he's got somewhere to be in a hurry. And after that short stop, it looks like he is indeed going to be heading to this blue base. I'm not sure he knows it's there. Maybe he's just scouting. However, regardless if he knew or not, he found it, and he's going to do quite some damage to that first expansion of blues. And here we go, blue moving his forces over now to try and take back his base. Meanwhile, it looks like purple took the high ground, and they're going to miss each other. Those speedlings just move so fast, it's hard to keep track of them. He's going to get there and not fight anything. And here we go, we have roaches versus Zerglings, and the Zerglings get out of there because they are no match for those roaches. And here comes blue looking to intercept some of them, but they're going to make it safely back to that expansion. And here we go, another encounter. This one's going to be Terran on Terran. Let's see what we can do. Oh, those medevacs arrive just in time. I don't think blue can take this. Oh, they take out the tank. Now it looks like that medevac saved the day. Here come the Zerglings with the surround, and every force of blues is down. So it looks like purple and teal emerge victorious on that end. Who knows if they're going to do a push here. If they did, they could definitely do some more damage. And now we see blue and red amassing their army again, maybe for another push. Now, on the other hand, red is sending his mulas to the far right side of the map. He might try to snipe some workers here. And here we see blue wisening up a little bit. He's going to be moving to an expansion that's much easier to defend. Meanwhile, red did get a few workers there, but those other mutalisks from purple were able to knock him out of there. That right there is one of my favorite parts on 2v2. You can get some really great combinations with the different races, like medevacs healing mutalisks, as you can see. So both sides engaging in small skirmishes other than open warfare, but eventually the sides of these two armies will meet and we're going to see some pretty good action. While we do have a small break, I'd like to take a moment and talk about the new Avengers movie coming out. It releases this Friday, May 4th, and is directed by Joss Whedon, whose works include Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Serenity, and the ever-popular Firefly. If that's not enough to get you pumped up for this movie, it also stars Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Chris Evans as Captain America, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. And getting back into the action here, we see Teal moving in for that expansion for blue again. He was able to take out that Overlord, and he wants this command center as well. It appears to be on fire. That's going to burn down if it doesn't get repaired, so blue better get on that. And it looks like red wants to start some trouble again. He's amassing a mutalisk army there in the middle. And lucky for blue, he has that other expansion to fall back on because he just can't seem to hold on to that base. And Teal continues his push. He dropped up on red, but red's able to come in with his mutalisk, and he's going to be able to clean that up really easy. Here come the roaches. Yes, just to make sure. Yep, they were able to get some drones there, but I think that was a very good victory for red. And purple wants to join the fight. He's coming for red's expansion, but he has two queens there and two medevacs healing both of them up. And those Zerglings are unable to take down either one of them, and they have to run away. And check that out. Blue was able to come in right in time and flank him and get all the Zerglings. They weren't even able to get out of there. So a big push by purple and teal that ended up in failure, but as you can see, they're able to resupply their forces fairly quickly, and we're going to see another big encounter here. Let's take a second and assess the damage. Oh, they almost got that roach warren, but it still has enough life and it's regenerating. It's not going to go down. And teal again looking for that drop, trying to get on blue's new expansion, but I don't think he's going to get in there. Blue sees him, and he's just not letting those dropships anywhere near him. So tail between his legs, teal is forced to fall back and regroup. And we got forces moving. Oh my goodness, look at all these mutalisks purple was able to amass. All that time he just kept sending in Zerglings. He was secretly building up this mutalisk force. And that force is big enough, it might be able to take out red and blue single-handedly. And with minerals getting scarce, it looks like blue wants to control the middle and take control of those gold crystals. At the same time, he sends in his marauders to try and take care of the expansions, but oh no, he's surrounded by Zerglings and they're going to tear through these marauders. And the mutalisks are there just as backup in case, but he didn't even need them. Alright, let's do an army check real quick. Up here at blue, looks like we have Marines, Marauders, and some medevacs. Nothing really outstanding. One ghost popped up. And it looks like we have red with tons of mutalisks. That's going to be quite a good force. But we'll have to wait and see if they're any match for purple's mutalisks. Speaking of which, let's look at his army. We got quite a few Zerglings burrowed here. Nobody can see those unless you have detection. We still have that mutalisk army. Down here at teal, we have lots of Marauders, some Marines, medevacs. That's a pretty deadly force indeed, and it's going for the middle. And here comes blue. He wants to fortify those tanks he has there and back them up with some support. And this is going to be quite the conversation indeed. Oh, here we go. Siege tanks hammering away at those Marines, but they pull out just in time. And it looks like blue wants to reposition his forces, as he is clearly outnumbered by a superior force. However, I may have spoke too soon because red moved his mutalisks into the middle to help fortify that position. And it looks like the game-deciding encounter is on the horizon, as both sides are standing toe-to-toe right next to each other. And there they go, testing the boundaries they can get to. And if you look at the top right of your screen, you'll see a cloaked unit here. Appears blue is making a nuclear missile. So without detection, these Zerglings cannot see him, and he cannot see the Zerglings. So he's going to move right past all these units. Yep, all they see is that little wavy blip. And he's looking to drop a nuke right on purple's main army. Either way, he's going to get something out of this. He might hit some drones, might hit that hatchery, but if this hits his main army, that's going to be huge. And oh! A massive strike from blue. That whole purple mutalisk army just got obliterated. Let's see it again in slow motion. Here it comes. Oh, nothing left but blood and bird carcasses. So down go the mutalisks, down go the drones. A queen was even in there. Huge attack. And it's going to be easy to mop this up. And yep, here comes red to clean up everything else. Going to wipe out those extra mutalisks, finish off that hatchery, and completely decimate those ground forces from above. They burrow, but blue is there with the scan, and they're going to pick them off while they're underground. And here goes teal now in the middle trying to make a move, but he's denied by those siege tanks. And with the loss of that base, the game dynamic has completely shifted in favor of red and blue. It's true what they say though, it's not over till it's over, and teal's got a huge army, and he's looking to take that gold expansion in the middle. And if he'd only attack right now, he could totally overwhelm these unguarded siege tanks. And with no army to oppose him, Red marches straight into the heart of the teal and purple base. So unless teal wants to pull out of the middle, he's going to have to lose his entire main base. And oh man, look at all those overlords. It's easy pickings when you have nothing to stand in your way. And a small counterattack by purple, followed by some reinforcements by teal, but I think it's too little too late. He's going to move out of here because he can't take on those marines, but the damage has been done. Sensing the end is near, looks like teal wants to make one final last-ditch effort. He goes for blue, and blue's getting decimated, but red moves in from above and is going to be able to wipe out this army. And here come the reinforcements by blue, followed quickly by reinforcements from teal. But he doesn't appear to have the number to take on these two forces from red and blue alone. We got a couple correctors from purple coming in, and too little too late, they're going to go down as well. So that's the end of the teal and purple forces in the middle. And it appears we have another nuclear launch by teal. This one's not going to do near as much damage, but still, it's always cool to watch them fall. And not want to give up. It looks like purple wants to try to get its expansion going again. But blue and red refuse to give them any breathing room, and they're going to move in with all their forces and try and end this game right here, right now. And mission accomplished. There goes teal. Purple will follow shortly. And good game to everyone. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed presenting it to you. Feel free to share any of your thoughts and feelings in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.